Ontario government is providing more details on its plan to put the brakes on bike lanes, and the City of Hamilton is responding. The province says cities will need to get approval from the government before installing new bike lanes if they interfere with vehicle lanes. Julie Sharp tells us more.
So I think we need to have a more targeted, focused approach. There's room for cyclists, there's room for biking, but gridlock is at an all-time high, and we need to look at solutions that support the communities.
Under the City Council-approved Accelerated Cycling Plan implementation, the City of Hamilton says it has identified an additional 119 kilometers of cycling infrastructure to be completed in the next 5 years. In a statement to CHCH News, the city says, while many of the cycling projects included in this 5-year plan do not require replacement of traffic lanes, there are some projects that would. For example, Grays Road and Victoria Street South. Leader of the Ontario Green Party, Mike Schreiner, stopped by our studio today to share his thoughts on the announcement.
Well, this is a government that does not have a serious plan for addressing gridlock in our communities. We're in an affordability challenge right now, and the government's taking away affordable transportation options for people, and that is wrong.
David Shelnut, the biking lawyer of Hamilton, says there's no proof that bike lanes cause congestion.
I know that stats and reports and data proves that safe, protected infrastructure like bike lanes reduces conflicts and collisions between road users. We don't know, and there is no data to show that bike lanes cause congestion.
And a professor from McMaster in the Earth, Environment and Society Department seems to agree.
But there is also ample evidence base that bike lanes work in terms of improving congestion. I know this seems counterintuitive to some people. You see a bike lane and it looks kind of empty and you go, nobody's using it. But part of what's happening here is that bicycles are incredibly efficient. They take up very little space. They rarely cause congestion the way that a single occupancy car will.
Another professor at McMaster University in the Political Science Department says it's odd that the provincial government is getting involved to this extent in a municipal matter.
It's a degree of micromanagement that seems a bit out of keeping with the degree of importance that bike lanes have. It's not like we're talking about the safety of the water supply in cities or some sort of issue of health and safety where you might expect a bigger provincial role.
It is absolutely overstepping municipal boundaries. I think municipalities are much better positioned to decide where bike lanes should go and shouldn't go than a few handful of people at Queen's Park.
Sicario says cities will still have some freedom in making bike-related decisions.
Municipalities are still free to install bike lanes where they do not remove traffic, and they are still free to do other pedestrian zones as they wish or as they so please.
The Ontario government also says it will be moving forward with its plan to increase the speed limit to 110 kilometers per hour where it's safe to do so on all 400 series highways. In addition to today's announcement, the provincial government says it will be consulting with cities to develop a pothole prevention and repair fund that's expected to open for next year's construction season. Al?
Thanks, Julie.